And welcome back, everyone. Game 3, as I really needed to break after that last game. It was like 46 minutes in game time. But we're going to go into a game number 3 between Moonglade and SC. Daybreak will be the map. This is going to be Moonglade's choice coming up here, because, of course, it's a loser's pick the next map. As we jump straight into it, we have a Glade down here at the bottom left. What are we screaming about? What?
He almost killed that SCV building the barracks, but SC sniped the drone first. So
Okay.
close call.
Alright, so down here at the bottom left, we have Nvmoonglade, currently tied 1-1 apiece with MVPsC. Remember, loser of this map goes home. The winner will move on to play Trimaster in the final set. And we also have, of course, up here at the top right, our red Terran is going to be MVPsC. Did take down a very long game with very interesting strategy, to say the least.
It was awesome.
And he's going to go for that 1-Rax expand. So it's a difficult scenario to actually pick on, because Glade, he defended the early aggression from SC, and then he lost a really long macro game. So is he going to go for that early playstyle again, or is he going to go for another macro game? This map probably will tend towards the mid game attacks that Glade was doing against Trimaster with that heavy Ling Baneling coming through, which should be okay.
This is a dangerous game for SC because when you win a really long game like that, there's always the danger of the rage all in. Like, even professional players do it after super long games like that.
Yeah.
So he can't really cut too many corners. And this is going to create a really fun mind game because, like, he's scouting everywhere. His SCV is still coming in here. He's being really meticulous about the scouting. Do you have gas? That's the main thing he wants to make sure.
Yep.
Sees there's no gas on the way. But that's still not going to tell him that he's safe yet, because for all he knows, Moonglade can start the gas as soon as that SCV died. But he is actually going to still risk it and go straight into the factory. Reactor on the way, so he's not going to have many units here to begin with. But he will be moving into the Hellion pressure, which is really good at keeping the creep off the center of the map. I mean, they're not quite as good as killing drones anymore because of the queens, but they're really good at slowing down the creep, which is really important on this map, because if you don't slow it down, it just gets everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. And we do see, looks like we're going to have Hellion follow-ups behind this. So, double gas in the main at the same time here for SC. It's an interesting spot to put Moonglade into. He doesn't like going for those quick thirds like really quickly, as we see a lot of other people do. But he's going to have 4 queens on the field now. He's going to start spreading that creep. His creep spread was really well done.
Yeah. He's droning really hard, too, and he hasn't dropped that gas yet. He is going to go for about another hatchery the same time as the last game. It's a few seconds later. It's not quite at that 6-minute mark. But we're going to see the same general opening from Moonglade as he did the last time. Still hasn't started that gas. We'll probably see it in a second. Yeah, there it goes. And it looks like he's just going for the same game plan. Just do a little bit better.
Well, a little bit better. Always the thing you want to try and do.
Well, I mean, obviously if you're going for the same game plan as a game where you lost, you're not aiming to do the same thing. You want to do it better.
Yeah.
So we see that the Hellions are coming over to the watchtower. They can clear the circling off. They will scout the third base timing as well. And SC still hasn't really added a whole lot of stuff. He's got a second factory with a second reactor on the way. So he's really investing these Hellions harder than I thought he would. Now is going to add on some extra barracks, but there's a Roach Warren on the way, unstable. There we go. That's going to be the difference this game.
Yeah, that's very true. We got the Roach. Well, every time I see this happen, sometimes it works out well, sometimes it doesn't. But there's a lot of Hellions here. Like,
Hey, the Roaches are going to be really good because there's going to be a lot of Hellions. He doesn't even have to get aggressive here. If he just has the Roaches out, gets a decent number of them. Oh, but SC's going Hellion Marauder. Okay, here we go. Stimpack first. He's going to get another Tech Lab out, start concussive shells, and he's going to go for the Hellion Marauder attack. And he's got a lot of Hellions. As long as he doesn't trade any of these, his attack will be quite powerful.
Well, we do see these Hellions coming into the third base now. They're going to actually do quite a bit of damage to this hatchery, though. It seems silly, but if you leave Hellions there for long enough, they will actually end up killing a hatchery.
I mean, they've got decent rate of fire. They do 8 damage. The other thing you gotta worry about is if you leave them alone on a hatchery, they can just roast all the larvae, which people don't do very often. Sometimes it happens on accident, but every once in a while you see a sneaky Terran walk up to a hatchery that has like 10 larvae on it and just pop them all with the Hellions, and it's just, oh, it hurts. So we've got triple Marauder on the way. He hasn't started the concussive shells yet. It looks like he might skip it just to have more. No, there he goes. He just started it. There's a layer from Moonglade. He hasn't made a lot of roaches. He's droning now. So the timing of this could be rather tricky for him if he's in the middle of a drone round when this comes out. But there is the Overlord here. When a bunch of these Hellions with Marauders behind them leave, he's just going to immediately start slamming out Zerglings and Roaches.
Yeah, very true. Alrighty, so is he going to move out in time? He's waiting for a lot of units before he moves out here. Like, yeah, he should. There we go. He's starting to move now. I was going to say, if he doesn't move out now, he's going to get there after Stimpak's already finished. And you really want to try and hit right at that point. And this is going to be difficult for Glade to hold on to here. He needs to kill off all the Hellions and then follow up with a round of Zerglings. That's really the game plan that he wants to do right now. We do see the Queens coming in. He's doing a little bit of damage to the Hellions.
Good amount of energy because they were made so early, so we will have some transfusions for the Roaches available as well, which will be good. But he's actually engaging before the Marauders are here, but there's also not too many Roaches yet.
Well, the Hellions are coming around. We're going to see some transfusions coming down from these Queens, at least we should very quickly, hopefully. And we do see the Roaches doing quite a bit of damage to the Hellions. And like you were saying, because he went into a little bit too early, these Roaches are going to stay alive. Transfuse is doing a great job here for Moonglade. And now he's taken out a whole heap of these Hellions. And looks like he's going to defend it. And he's actually remaxing with 18 Roaches. That's okay, that works too. If you just overwhelm him with the amount of Roaches, you don't need Speedlings at all. So this is actually working really, really good for Moonglade right now. He needs to keep this hatchery alive, but the reinforcements for him are going to come in so much quicker than they are for SC, and he's going to be able to push him back and might actually just walk across the map and win the game.
I mean, there were 5 more Roaches, 5 more Marauders that came in late to that fight with Stimpak. Like, if he had moved in with those 5 Marauders, that would have gone completely differently. If they were behind the Hellions, stimmed, just blasting away, it would have been a huge difference. But he just got a little bit impatient because, like you said, it seemed like he was getting a little bit late for the timing he wanted. So he just went for it. The Marauders weren't fully there yet, and a little bit of impatience could cost him the game. I mean, there are a lot of Marauders and Hellions out, so if he doesn't actually make any Zerglings with his army, it is possible for SC to hold this attack. He'll just have to micro like a boss.
Even then, it's going to be difficult because we do see the +1 is already done and the +1 armor for Moonglade. He's getting the +2 armor now. He's getting even more Roaches coming through. And SC delaying it, the more SC delays, the harder it's going to be because he can just walk his Roaches into that concave.
Oh my god.
Okay, or he can do that.
SCV is coming off the line. We are going completely all in on the Marauder Hellion, and we'll see how this works out. I mean, I don't... It's going
to be interesting to say the least, but here we go. We do see him moving forward. The SCVs are not in the front lines though. And here we go, Glade pushing forward, and now there's the stim coming in from the Marauders. We do see the Hellions dropping really, really quickly. The SCVs at the front. Glade doing a ton of damage here, even if he barely survives, but the Marauders actually taking down these Roaches so quickly. The Hellions are gone here, remember, so if he does have the lava, he should be able to get some remax with some Zerglings. But even so, he's killed all those SCVs. The Spine Crawler is still up. He's trying to delay as long as he can. Here comes the drones to help deal with it because the Hellions are down. He's going to get quite a bit. And here comes the reinforcements for Glade. And it looks like with the extra stim coming in, it's just not going to be enough. And Glade is going to take this game and advance into the final set against Trimaster. 2-1 against FC. There's the GG. And a nice defense coming in from Glade right there. Congratulations to him. Taking down SC is no small feat. And we'll be right back with our final set. Will Glade get revenge against Trimaster? We'll find out in a minute.